you smell sulfur or rotten egg, and that's an indication that we have a bad battery. If you see a lot of corrosion, that's an indication of a bad battery. So be prepared for that. Be careful when you're jump starting. What I tell people to do is, if you're utilizing a jump box, hook up the cables to the proper posts and maybe move as far out of the way and then turn the jump box on. If you're utilizing it off your truck, hook up the cables to the vehicle and then walk to your truck and install the socket into the truck wherever that plug is. And the reason for that is the battery can explode. And the battery can explode. And if it explodes in your face, that's a lot of battery acid coming at you. And if you have not put your PPEs on, the face shield or whatever, that's all going, right in your eyes and your nose and your mouth and stuff. Keep that in mind. Also, follow the recommended procedures for jump starting that particular vehicle. Okay? Any questions on that? No? No one? Anybody have any questions on that? What's up? Jimbo, what's up?
With the battery acid thing, if you keep Windex in your truck, Windex is also a counteractive for acid. So if you do spill, obviously, hopefully nobody ever happens to that, but if somebody does happen to do that, you can pour the Windex on it to stop the acid.
Really, I've heard that Coke works the best. Coca-Cola works the best.
Get yourself to a doctor would probably be the best thing to do.
No, he's talking about putting them on the post. Okay, no, but yeah, that's a good suggestion. I've never tested that. I've never tested the Cook theory. But one main thing is, if I see a battery that's wet, that's corroded, I'm not going to screw with it. I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to screw with it. I'm going to, hey, let's be on our capability. I know some of you guys are running motor clubs, AAA, they make you change those batteries out. Just be prepared. You'll get a face shield on. Just be prepared for that battery to blow up every single time. I hate to say that, but that's just a fact of reality. Everyone doesn't maintain their trucks like I do, or their vehicles like I do. And you can get somebody that really doesn't care and just doesn't get it. So, fuel delivery, we do deliver fuel. Please have the proper protective equipment to do that. Please have the proper canister to do that nowadays. Okay? Please do not smoke while you're delivering gas. Okay? Oh, I know. If it didn't happen, I wouldn't say it. But it has happened. Also, please get the make and model of the vehicle. I had a call for a gas delivery for a Nissan Leaf. The Nissan Leaf is electric. It doesn't take gas. She ran out of charge. She thought by putting gas in, it's going to restart again. Okay? So just make sure you know what you're getting into before you get into it. Okay? Public is kind of unaware of this stuff. And just remember, 1 gallon of gas is equivalent to 14 sticks of dynamite. So if you guys by mistake just light up your cigarette while you're pouring it in there, and it's gonna make a little bit of a flash. And that's all you're gonna see is a flash. Alright? Any questions on delivering gas? Or diesel? Okay, whichever one is required. Alright. Tire changes. We also do tire changes. One thing that I want you guys to do is follow a strict procedure. 1, find the spare. Before you do anything, find the spare. Okay? Take the spare out. Check the spare, make sure it's good. Okay? Then jack up the vehicle and then change the tire. I use spare and left nut. Some vehicles take different left nuts. But the worst thing you can do is jack it up, start looking for this, take off the bad tire, start looking for the spare, figure out, 1, it doesn't even have one, and 2, that it's bad. That's even worse. Remember, I want the most effort with the least amount of work, right? So some of these cars don't come with spares. Some of them come with actual pump, like you pump in like that foam stuff. Okay, that's their fix. Some of the Kias are that way. They don't come with spares. So keep that in mind. Also follow the recommended procedures for changing that tire if you get to that point. And the jack placements, removing the tire and stuff like that. And also be cautious of where you put the bad tire. Okay, because obviously it's not going to fit. Excuse me. In the location where the spare came from. So maybe get with the vehicle's driver and mitigate that situation. Anybody have any questions? No questions, right? I think we're gonna have, if we don't have any questions, we're gonna have a video for you guys. It's kind of a recap of what we talked about. So just sit tight and get that rolling for you right now.
So sorry to interrupt.
Most of the calls performed for motorists are of the service variety. Service calls are made up of the following: a battery boost or jump start, tire inflation or tire change, lockout, and petroleum replacement. In this section, we are going to go over the safety cautions and steps to complete several types of service calls. Start or battery boost for a customer, there are some general safety precautions you should follow. Most jewelry is made out of some sort of metal. It will conduct electricity. Hanging symbols and rings can create unintentional damage to you, the jewelry, and the electrical components of the vehicle. Batteries contain corrosive materials and may damage clothing and irritate skin. Gloves are highly recommended. Wear safety glasses and or a shield to cover your face and eyes. Check to confirm that the vehicle's transmission is in park and that the parking brake is set. Keep flames, sparks, or lit cigarettes away from the area. Remember, gases around the battery can cause it to explode, so do not allow customers or bystanders anywhere near your work area. Examine the battery for damage, giving off excessive heat, or a sulfur smell which can indicate the battery should not be jump-started. Always check the manufacturer's recommendations for jump-starting a vehicle. Connect the positive clamp to the positive terminal of the vehicle's battery or designated jump post. Attach the negative terminal to the engine block or any other area at least 18 inches away from the battery that is metallic and will act as a ground. Attach the cables to the socket box or jumper box of the tow truck, keeping the positive and negative clamps separate. Make sure the cables are not in the way of any moving parts. Sometimes it is necessary to allow the battery to charge with the cables connected before there are enough amps for the engine to turn over. It may also be necessary to check the clamps to ensure that there is a good connection to the battery. Disconnect jumper cables in reverse order of hookup. Fuel delivery may seem to be one of the easiest service calls to provide, but there are still risks and challenges to consider. Providing fuel to a motorist on the side